fresh from a €500,000 state-funded upgrade, Oriel Park became the controversy of a Friday night after the Flares scorched their brand new pitch.
Now, the incident has sparked a political storm, with Sports Minister Patrick O'Donovan threatening to cut funding. Here to discuss is David Sneed from the 42.ie and Sales Director at PST Sport, Kieran Donny. Thank you both so much for joining us on the show this morning. David, we'll come to you first. This has been hugely controversial, of course. This occurred during the Derby. What is the latest on it? There's more movement expected on this today.
Yeah, so obviously today it'll be the disciplinary unit of the FAI kind of coming down and actually having their findings of, well, what exactly happened. Everyone saw the scene, so everyone knows what has happened. But now it'll be a case of, well, what's the punishment going to be? I was at a media briefing yesterday with the FAI CEO, David Correll. He'd been at a meeting earlier in the day, along with the League of Ireland Director, Mark Scanlon, and the Minister for Sport, Patrick O'Donovan, discussing this about what the reaction was going to be, how the governing bodies were going to go forward together. As it stands, that funding, which is where this comes from obviously at the moment, it hasn't been unlocked. So I think we'll probably have a better idea once maybe findings come out of the disciplinary unit later on today about how this is going to move forward.
So this Dundalk against Drogheda always an amazing atmosphere at those matches. But can you give us an idea, like, what was the situation with this pitch and what was the situation? Because the damage that was done was pretty extensive due to flares.
Oh yeah, like, I think it was 51 different scorch marks that were there. Like, I was there covering the game, and it was definitely a moment, because it was two incidents basically at the very start of the game where, before the ball had even been kicked, the flares were coming down. And it had been a big night for Dundalk and the club. That's the reason why Minister Patrick O'Donovan was even there, because it was this unveiling of a brand new pitch and the new floodlights. And you could see, like, at one point I wasn't sure if the game was going to kick off in time, because there was a fire literally burning on the side of the pitch, but now it didn't spread and it was out very quickly. And then obviously at full time again, when Drogheda actually got a late equaliser, more flares came down. Now, must be stressed, and obviously we were reporting this over the weekend. It was the clubs as usual, because this isn't. It did seem like an isolated incident in terms of the severity of it. People can see there now on the screen. But clubs have been coming down on this and have been trying, I've said it, like, being at their wits' end to try and deal with this. They were the ones who kind of led the way by coming out with a joint statement. Like, there was a 12-year-old boy, people would have seen as well, who had injuries and needed to be treated. And then obviously, as you said, things took into the political realm when obviously the Minister came out on Monday.
But this issue's been rumbling on for so long. I remember I was at the FAI Cup final there this year, and the flares were everywhere. You couldn't see your hand in front of your face. It was absolutely ridiculous. But when it comes to that, the clubs have been trying to clamp down on this for ages. Can they search every bag going in? Can they search every body going in? We know the flares are not actually legal, but trying to do something about it practically is almost impossible.
No, it is. There's a mixture here of obviously the infrastructure that's involved, be it obviously within the stadiums, but also say CCTV. Basically, even just trying to sometimes, like, search people going in. Like, how do you actually do it? Like, speaking to even, like, members of Gardaí who will be involved, you can't search children. Children will be going in under 18. You're not able to search them as well. And it has been, like, an issue. It's not something anyone within the League of Ireland has had their head in the sand over the last number of years. Like, the FAI and the League had their kind of joint campaign a couple of years ago about stamping out pyro, and it just hasn't been successful.
And I know I saw Patrick O'Donovan saying, if the FAI aren't going to do this, we're going to have to do it as well. And they have threatened to withdraw and are withdrawing funding at the minute. Kieran Donny, listen, it was your business. I know that we're involved in putting down this pitch. Can you give us an idea, when, I don't know, have you been up to inspect it, but in terms of the damage that these flares can do to a pitch, can it just be cut out around it, or does the whole pitch surely doesn't have to be lifted?
No, not at all, Tommy. No, it's kind of isolated area, really, to be honest, down the bottom left corner of the pitch. I was actually at the game myself. So, yeah, I was able to kind of assess the damage afterwards, and it's not a big area. I think we'll have a fix next Monday or Tuesday, having had a site meeting there yesterday with our team. So it'll be sorted quickly enough, but yeah, it's one isolated kind of corner of the pitch.
Tell me, you've been played in a lot of pretty feisty atmospheres in the years gone by. Like, what do you make of it? Like, what was your thoughts when you saw these flares going off?
Look, I've been at football games. I've seen flares go off in the hill. I've been at county finals in Tralee with flares going off. That's a side matter. I think it was the fact that these flares were kind of lit, and you know, it was a clearly kind of orchestrated move by a small minority of people, a very small minority of people. I was there in the night. I met loads of fans coming in and out, and you know, there was huge excitement. Good people coming looking for a good atmosphere. It's a bit disappointing that this small minority of people have actually caused so much hassle in the last week. But look, the pitch will be fixed. The atmosphere was brilliant up until that point. You could see the Dundalk fans were booing it immediately because it was so obvious what was happening. These flares were being set. They weren't being held in the stand or waved around for a while. These were being lit and just literally fired straight away onto the corner to cause as much damage as possible. So, we'll have it fixed. We'll have it fixed next week, early next week.
Yeah, so I suppose the issue here is not a general issue with malicious damage, just maybe in this instance a minority of people just out to cause trouble there, really.
Yeah, I think so. It was people obviously came with that fact in mind. They weren't regular, even normal flares that you'd see at games. They were kind of marine standard flares. Wow. David was talking there. It was actually a bucket that they were picking up the flares, putting it into at the side of the pitch. The bucket was actually on fire for quite a bit after that. So yeah, it was the fire brigade did a brilliant job. In fairness to them, they were very brave because there was, I think, 30 or 35 maybe. I have a video on my own phone of maybe 35 of them coming down at the start of the game, and David's right. Then when they scored the equaliser in the last minute, the rest of them were set off. So it was very much a kind of a planned attack almost.
Just one other news story. A decision is going to be made on that around the funding, David, today. But I do want to ask you, Katie Taylor mentioned yesterday that she's going to step away from the ring. It looks like she's going to have one final fight. How amazing would it be, potentially, for her to have a final send-off in Croke Park, do you feel?
I think, look, the country are so proud of Katie Taylor, I tell you. It would be the hottest ticket in town if we could get her into Croke Park. I'm sure the atmosphere in the hill for a Katie Taylor fight would be amazing. I think she deserves a send-off. I think we have to probably make it work, and the government will and Croke Park will surely push to make that happen. You just mentioned the government, Tommy. I think just that part on the funding is important. I got so many calls at the start of the week from people in clubs and even League of Ireland clubs that we're working with, panicking over the comments. And I'm sure, you know, today Patrick O'Donovan and the FAI will look to sort it out. I know there was a game Monday night in Tallaght Stadium between Dundalk. I know Ronan Tehan, who's playing with Dundalk. He played with Kerry FC, and there was no flares, there was no drama, there was good security on the way in. So I think they'll look at that, because the funding that the League of Ireland get from the government is really important, and not only the government, even localised clubs. We've worked with Shelburne, Shamrock Rovers, Bray. These clubs need that funding because this league is growing. It's growing in numbers. The fans at the game are massive, so it is a very important one, and I'm sure that will be resolved hopefully today.
Kieran, thanks a million for joining us on the show this morning, and David as well, of course. And you know, Patrick O'Donovan might have a bigger issue on his plate, really, with the upcoming game between Ireland and Israel, but that's a story for another day, and I'm sure that's going to grow legs and arms and wings and everything over the coming days and weeks. Thank you so much, David.
From the 42. Thank you, and Kieran Donaghy, as always.